Have you ever been amazed by nature's ability to outdo our wildest imaginations? Because let's be very honest, Mother Nature isn't just creative, she's downright theatrical. From glowing caves that look like something out of an Avatar movie to waves that light up the ocean like a neon dream, Earth is home to mind-bending natural phenomena that defy logic and expectation. Whether it's the eerie, otherworldly dance of the aurora borealis or lakes that shimmer in impossible colors, these 15 mind-blowing natural wonders will make you question reality itself. Let's start off with number 15, Aurora Australis, Tasmania. If the northern lights have stolen the spotlight for too long, it's time to turn your gaze south because the Aurora Australis is every bit as dazzling. AKA the Southern Lights, this mesmerizing display turns Tasmania's skies into a swirling canvas of emerald, violet, and crimson hues. Unlike its northern counterpart, the Aurora Australis is more elusive, making every sighting a rare and unforgettable event. So what's behind this cosmic masterpiece? It's all about solar particles colliding with Earth's magnetic field, triggering ghostly waves of light that ripple across the night sky. Tasmania's remote location and minimal light pollution make it one of the best places on the planet to witness this phenomenon, especially between March and October, when geomagnetic activity peaks. For the best viewing experience, head to Bruny Island, Cradle Mountain, or South Arm Peninsula on a clear, moonless night. Seeing the Aurora Australis dance across the sky is not just breathtaking, it's an experience that will leave you questioning reality itself. Number 14, Lenticular Clouds, Mount Fuji, Japan. Some clouds drift, fade, and disappear. Others just sit there, unmoving, like they were placed in the sky on purpose. That's the eerie nature of lenticular clouds, and if you're lucky enough to see them above Mount Fuji, they'll make you do a double take. These smooth, lens-shaped clouds form when strong winds push moist air over a mountain, creating layers that stack like flying saucers in the sky. While most clouds change shape constantly, lenticulars hold their form for hours, barely shifting despite the high-altitude winds around them. People have mistaken them for UFOs, omens, and even supernatural beings. But one thing's certain. Seeing one above Fuji's snow-capped peak is an unforgettable experience. Sometimes they stretch like a giant pancake hovering over the summit, and other times they appear in delicate, layered formations, wrapping around the peak like a floating halo. Whatever form they take, they are weird. Number 13, Glowing Beach, the Maldives, and Jervis Bay. Ever walked on a beach where the waves glow beneath your feet like liquid stardust? No, this isn't CGI. It's the magic of bioluminescent plankton, and it turns shorelines in the Maldives and Jervis Bay, Australia, into surreal, glowing dreamscapes. This jaw-dropping effect comes from tiny organisms called Noctiluca scintillans, which light up when disturbed by movement. As waves crash or footsteps disturb the water, the plankton releases a neon blue glow, making the ocean look like it's been sprinkled with electric fairy dust. The Maldives' glowing beaches, particularly on Vadhu Island, have gained global fame, while Jervis Bay offers Australia's own version of this otherworldly phenomenon, best seen on warm summer nights. The experience? Utterly hypnotic. Wade through the glowing tide, watch fish carve glowing trails through the water, and feel like you've stepped into a sci-fi movie. Nature, as always, proves she's the ultimate artist. Number 12, Rainbow Eucalyptus, Papua New Guinea. At first glance, rainbow eucalyptus trees look like something straight out of a fantasy novel. Their bark peels away in long, curling strips, revealing a swirling mix of green, blue, purple, orange, and red beneath. No two trees are exactly alike, and no single tree ever stays the same color for long. Nature is constantly repainting its canvas. The secret behind this psychedelic display? As the tree sheds its bark, new layers underneath start off bright green. Over time, exposure to air and sunlight turns them into deep shades of blue, violet, maroon, and gold, creating an ever-changing pattern that looks more like brush strokes than anything you'd expect from a tree. Towering over 200 feet high, these giants are found in Papua New Guinea and parts of Southeast Asia, where their colorful bark stands out like neon streaks in the middle of dense rainforests. Seeing one up close isn't just impressive. It's a reminder that nature, when left to its own devices, is the greatest artist of all. Number 11. Turquoise ice, Lake Baikal, Russia. Winter in Siberia is harsh, relentless, and bitterly cold. But if you make it to Lake Baikal, you'll see something that makes every frozen breath worth it. Turquoise ice that looks like shattered glass from another world. As the deepest freshwater lake on Earth, Baikal holds an enormous amount of crystal-clear water, so pure that when it freezes, the ice turns an unbelievable shade of electric blue. Large chunks fracture and rise from the surface, creating jagged formations that seem to glow under the sun. Bubbles of frozen methane are trapped beneath the surface, frozen mid-rise like time itself has stopped. February and March are the best months to visit when the ice is thick enough to walk on, or even drive across. Locals set up glass-bottomed sleds, giving visitors the surreal experience of gliding over a frozen abyss. It's eerie, amazing, and unlike anything else on the planet. If you want to visit this wonder, just contact Putin or a good travel agency. Number 10. Caño Cristales, Colombia. For most of the year, Caño Cristales looks like any other river. But come mid-year, when the conditions are just right, the water explodes into a living rainbow. Streaks of red, yellow, green, blue, and even black swirl together, making it look like liquid fire running through the jungle. The magic comes from Macarenia clavigera, a plant that thrives in the riverbed. When the water level is perfect, not too high, not too low, sunlight triggers a chemical reaction in the plant, turning it into an intense crimson. The contrast with the golden sands, deep green moss, and sapphire blue pools makes the river look like a painter spilling their entire palette into the water. Tucked away in Serranía de la Macarena National Park, this hidden wonder is also home to monkeys, otters, and vibrant tropical birds. It's remote, untouched, and one of the few places on Earth where you can literally see water turn to color before your eyes. All right, now, let's move to Number 9. Fire rainbows. Not all rainbows come after the rain. Some ignite the sky in a blaze of color, looking more like flames licking the clouds than anything formed by a storm. These are circumhorizontal arcs, better known as fire rainbows, and they're as rare as they are breathtaking. Unlike traditional rainbows, these only appear when sunlight hits ice crystals at an exact 58-degree angle, meaning they only occur in specific latitudes at precise moments. When conditions align, the result is a streak of vivid red, blue, and violet rippling across the clouds, as if someone lit the atmosphere on fire. Despite the name, they have nothing to do with actual fire. But the effect is just as dramatic. If you ever spot one, count yourself lucky. They vanish almost as quickly as they appear, leaving behind nothing but the memory of a sky momentarily set ablaze. Number 8. Monarch butterfly migration. Delicate? Well, sure, these beauties are. But don't let their paper-thin wings fool you. Monarch butterflies pull off one of the most mind-blowing migrations on Earth. Every fall, if not billions, millions of them take off from Canada and the US, flying over 3,000 miles to their winter sanctuary in Mexico's Oyamel fir forests. No GPS, no road signs, just sheer instinct guiding them south. And when they arrive, the trees disappear under a living blanket of orange and black, fluttering like autumn leaves caught in a never-ending breeze. The sight is so surreal it feels like nature's own fireworks display, only silent and infinitely more poetic. The most mind-bending part? No single butterfly completes the full journey. Each generation passes the baton, with great-grandchildren finishing what their ancestors started. How they do it remains a mystery, but one thing's for sure. Monarchs don't just migrate, they perform a miracle in motion. Number 7. Horsetail Fall, Firefall. For most of the year, Horsetail Fall at Yosemite National Park is just another stunning waterfall. But come mid-February, for just a few fleeting evenings, something magical happens. It turns into a river of fire. This isn't lava, but an optical illusion so perfect it looks like nature flipped reality upside down. As the sun dips low, its golden rays hit the falling water at the exact right angle, igniting it in fiery hues of molten orange and red. For a few minutes, it seems as though Yosemite itself is unleashing a volcanic cascade down El Capitan's granite face. But here's the catch. Everything has to align perfectly. A clear sky, enough water flow, and the right sunset angle. Miss one element and the magic vanishes. Catch it at the right moment, though, and it's like witnessing Earth paint with fire. Number 6. Sardine Run. Off the coast of South Africa, a massive shimmering current moves through the ocean. It's the Sardine Run, and it's not just a migration, it's a full-scale marine feeding frenzy. Millions of sardines, packed so densely they turn the ocean silver, begin their annual journey northward. And in their wake, a storm of predators, sharks, dolphins, whales, seabirds, all diving in for the greatest all-you-can-eat buffet on the planet. The chaos is mesmerizing. Dolphins herd the fish into tight bait balls, while sharks tear through the swirling mass. Seabirds plummet like missiles, spearing fish with pinpoint accuracy. The action is so intense that it can even be seen from space. Imagine a highway of fish flashing beneath the waves, stretching for miles. For divers, it's one of the wildest underwater spectacles imaginable. And for the sardines, it's a race for survival. Number 5. Sandstorm Migration. Sandstorms don't just engulf cities or swallow landscapes in a rolling haze of dust. They also have a secret superpower. What looks like nature throwing a tantrum is actually a global delivery system, transporting vital nutrients from the Sahara Desert to the Amazon rainforest. That's right. Every year, over 180 million tons of Sahara dust travel thousands of miles across the Atlantic, fertilizing one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. Without this constant influx of phosphorus-rich dust, the Amazon's soil would lose key nutrients, making it harder for its lush, dense jungle to thrive. The process is so precise, so perfectly orchestrated, it feels almost intentional, as if Earth itself has a built-in nutrient recycling program. One desert, feeding one rainforest, half a world away. It's not just a sandstorm, it's life in motion, carried on the wind. Number 4. The moving rocks of Pinnacles Desert. In Australia's Pinnacles Desert, rocks don't just sit still, they move, leaving mysterious trails behind them. Unlike the famous sailing stones of Death Valley, no one fully understands what propels these rocks across the sand. Some theories blame powerful wind gusts, others suggest vibrations from the shifting desert floor, but the true cause remains elusive. Surrounding this eerie phenomenon are the pinnacles, towering limestone formations rising from golden sands like ancient stone sentinels. The contrast between the static pillars and the wandering rocks makes the landscape feel almost alive, as if the desert itself is shifting beneath your feet. Scientists continue to study this strange occurrence, but for now, the moving rocks of Pinnacles Desert remain one of Earth's quietest, most perplexing mysteries. Can you crack it? Number 3. Starling Murmurations. When thousands of starlings take flight together, the sky transforms into a super-swirling, shape-shifting masterpiece. These murmurations aren't just for show, they're an aerial defense mechanism, confusing predators like falcons by making it impossible to target a single bird. What's even more mind-blowing, each starling syncs its movements with 7 others, creating a cascading effect that ripples through the flock in perfect harmony. No leader, no pre-planned routine, just pure instinct and coordination, as if the sky itself is breathing. These performances are best seen at dusk, when black waves of birds twist, expand, and fold in midair, sometimes resembling rolling smoke, other times forming eerie, pulsating patterns. It's a fleeting, mesmerizing dance of survival, a reminder that even in chaos, nature finds perfect rhythm. Number 2. Frost flowers. Step onto Arctic or Antarctic sea ice in the dead of winter, and you might find yourself in a frozen garden. These aren't flowers in the traditional sense, but intricate ice formations that bloom like delicate white petals across the surface of the ocean. Frost flowers form when the air above newly frozen sea ice is much colder than the water beneath. As moisture rises, it freezes instantly, creating fragile, feathery structures laced with salt and microscopic life. These crystalline blossoms may look ethereal, but they're also tiny ecosystems, harboring more salt and bacteria than regular sea ice. Some grow alone, solitary against the stark landscape. Others cluster together, forming vast frost gardens that stretch across the ice like something from another planet. Touch one, and it crumbles instantly. Its beauty in its most fragile form, here for a moment, gone with the next breath of Arctic wind. Nature is amazing. What do you say? Number 1. Moeraki Boulders, New Zealand. Scattered along the shores of Kukohe Beach, the Moeraki boulders look like nature's own take on modern sculpture. Massive, near-perfect spheres half buried in the sand. Some are as small as a basketball, while others are as wide as a small car, their cracked surfaces making them look like relics from another world. These bizarre formations didn't just appear overnight. They began forming millions of years ago, when minerals slowly cemented layers of sediment into solid stone. Over time, erosion exposed them from the surrounding cliffs, leaving them stranded along the beach like forgotten remnants of an ancient civilization. At low tide, the boulders are fully revealed, their smooth, alien-like surfaces creating an eerie contrast against the churning waves. Some believe they're fossilized dinosaur eggs. Others say they're evidence of Maori legends, where they were once giant food baskets washed ashore from a mythical canoe. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.